Chief of this ring of homosexual revolutionaries was John Maynard Keynes. Keynes was characterized by his male sweetheart, Leighton Strachey, as a liberal, a sodomite, an atheist, and a statistician. His particular depravity was the sexual abuse, get this, of little boys. That was what he was into. He was always looking for little boys to feed to his group of homosexuals. And he is the guy in charge of your educational economic system today in the good old U.S. of A. I tell you, my friends, some of us need to have our heads examined if we think this is going to be the wave of the future or we're going down the drain. Now, what I've done is I've outlined, by the way, it's called, if you're looking for the term right here in economics, it's called interventionism or Keynesianism. Interventionism or Keynesianism. And when I look at my chart, here's interventionism right here. Secular humanist economics. Secular humanist economics. Well, why would that not frighten you away? Well, just think of this. What year was the Fabian Society formed? 1883. In 1905, they came to this country and they formed the Intercollegiate Socialist Society. That was 1905. By the 1930s, they formed the League, get this, the League for Industrial Democracy. Who do you think headed it? John Dewey. John Dewey, the father of progressive education. Woo! Progressive education. I wonder what that word progressive means. In fact, one of your very famous politicians just said she was a progressive. I won't mention her name, but it was related to Bill Clinton. Here's the sad news. Can you take another hit? How many can take another hit? How many say that enough's enough? How many want to go to bed? Just the Summit kid. That's good. That's good. There is a direct line from 1883 and the foundation of the Fabian Society to the U.S. House of Representatives today. I point this out. I lay it out for you. My friends, in the U.S. House of Representatives today, there are 4 socialist organizations. They are called the Progressive Democrats of America. They are called the Congressional Progressive Caucus. One is called the Congressional Black Caucus. And one is called the Democratic Socialist of America. I will repeat, since some of you are in shock. The Progressive Democrats of America, the Congressional Progressive Caucus, the Congressional Black Caucus, and the Democratic Socialist of America. 4 major socialist organizations. I tell you, my friends, in the Progressive Democrats, they have 6 House members. 6. The Congressional Progressive Caucus has 74. It's probably going to go to 81 with this last election. They're hoping to get it up to 81 members. The Congressional Black Caucus has 43. And the Democratic Socialists of America won't reveal their membership because they say they consider the Congressional Progressive Caucus and their members as their members as well. My friends, would you add up 6 plus 74 plus 43? Would that be over 100 House members are socialistic? And it's even worse than that. Can you take another hit? How many can take another hit? How many have had enough? You're going to get it anyway. Here's the kicker. In the House of Representatives, there are approximately 20 chairs. 20 chairs. 11 of the 20 are chaired by members of one of these socialist organizations. I have the list here if you want to go through it. And by the way, it's in my article on the socialization of America. Have you heard of George Miller, California 9th District, Chairman of the House Education and Labor Committee? Have you all heard of George? How about Henry Waxman? Does that name ring a bell here? How many have heard of Henry? How many have never heard of Henry? How many are from Mars? Chairman of the House Financial Committee, Barney Frank. How many heard of Barney Frank? Whoa, I struck a bell finally here. I knew I'd hit something sooner or later. Yeah. Yeah, Barney Frank. He's chairman of the House Finance Committee, basically responsible for the plug on these subprime loans. Now he's going to answer. He's going to fix them all. He's going to fix them. You believe that? See me. If you believe that, see me, because I got land in Florida, and you'll buy it, I'm sure. It's underwater right now, but we'll drain it before you get there. How many have heard of John Conyers? Anyone ring a bell on John Conyers? Uh-oh. Did you give me 5 minutes?
I tried.
Oh, am I over?
Take another 2 or 3.
Take another 2 or 3. Thank you, Brandon. Isn't he got? He's got a heart of gold. Where was I? John Conyers, Michigan, 14th District. He's chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. How about, oh, I think you've heard of this guy, Charles Rangel. Ring a bell in this group? Charlie is New York's 15th. He's the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, one of the most important, influential committees in all of Congress. 11 of the 20 chairmanships of the 20 chairs in the House of Representatives are under the jurisdiction of this socialist crowd. Every piece of legislation coming out of Congress in the next number of years will be socialistic. I can tell you that right now. It will be socialistic. And if you want that, and so forth, I have it there. Now quickly. Brandon said I had a couple of minutes. So let me, on your notes, look at Paul. Did you see what I have for Paul here? Paul in Ephesians 4:28. This is his take on economics. The thief must no longer steal. Did you see that one? Instead, he must do honest work with his own hands so that he has something to share with everyone in need. Ephesians 4:28. Is that pretty close to John Wesley? Earn all you can, save all you can, give all you can. I think it's pretty close. And then I quote, I finished this with a quote from C.S. Lewis in God in the Dock. I believe a man is happier and happy in a richer way if he has the free-born mind. But I doubt whether he can have this without economic independence, which the new society of Fabian Socialism is abolishing. For economic independence allows an education not controlled by government. You're going to see before too long, if you're into homeschool and if you're into Christian day school, you're going to be under attack before too long because this crowd cannot stand competition. They're not going to stand that competition. Economic independence allows an education not controlled by government. Government right now wants to control all of education. And Brandon even had something on that one. And in adult life, it is the man who needs and asks nothing of government who can criticize its acts and snap his fingers at its ideology. Who will talk like that when the state is everyone's schoolmaster and employee? Is that pretty close? He wrote that in 1940 when the Fabian Socialists were taking over the Labour Party in Great Britain. And after the Second World War, of course, they kicked out Winston Churchill, they established the Labour Party, and the Fabian Socialists have been in charge of the British politics and the political scene for a number of years, until really Margaret Thatcher. Does the Bible have something to say about economics? Yes. Should every Christian know something about economics? Yes. You better. You better figure this thing out too. My friends, the Christian worldview, I contend, speaks to all 10 areas, and all 10 areas are sacred areas. They're not secular at all, and we need to get our young people embedded in all these 10 areas. Now, some will be challenged in some of these more than others. You're going to have some Christian young people that like economics, some could care less. Some like politics, some could care less. Some like theology, some could care less. You know what I'm saying? But across the board, when you have 100 students, you'd be surprised. I try to divide them up by 10. 10% we need theologians, 10% philosophers, 10% this, all the way down the line. Anyway, Brandon's coming. I better leave. Thank you all. Appreciate you coming. Hey.